A new note on Contempt by Alberto Moravia. I was thinking earlier that, in fact, this Contempt is a reinterpretation of Ulysses, the Odyssey, by Homer. In fact, Molteni, Ricardo Molteni, the hero, who is a screenwriter, against his will, he's writing for the films, he would like to write for the theater. He's talking to Reingold, the German director, who is assigned to work with him, about the Odyssey, which they're supposed to put on the big screen. And Molteni at one point refers to Ulysses of James Joyce, which is a modern look at the Odyssey, but speaking in favor of James Joyce, he says, well, yes, it is a very different perspective, but at least that's set in a town in the north, it's in the same day, and one of the women becomes a prostitute, and the characters are changed. Reingold is suggesting a new look, and the way we can interpret Contempt is through a glass darkly, like in the famous Scandinavian film. But Molteni disagrees. The hero disagrees with this reinterpretation, psychoanalytical reinterpretation of the Odyssey by means of Freud. But I'm really attracted to it, notwithstanding the fact that I am not a fan of Freud. On the contrary, I felt relieved when I've read that modern psychology, positive psychology, many psychologists in the world of today reject Freud and his obsession with the sex in the mind of the child, the love for the mother, panic, envy, and all the rest. But it is really interesting. So there it is. Reingold says that, first of all, Ulysses doesn't like Penelope. No. This woman had suitors even before the famous Trojan War, and if not strongly encouraging them, Ulysses hasn't done much or anything, if anything, to discourage them. So we have a situation where, in the reading of Reingold, but I'm, as I said, really keen to at least immerse into this, and I felt challenged, and that's how you get flow and peak experience, in the words of Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. So Ulysses sort of runs away from Penelope. He's not really into this relationship and marriage. So when the war happens and he's called to help, he's right on. He's going. Even if, Reingold says, he could avoid it. He could send an expeditionary force of other people and stay in Ithaca. But he didn't. And that's quite a strong point, an argument. Of course, Ricardo Molteni is against this, that we have quite a few visions of this masterpiece, fundamental work of at least Western civilization, if not the whole world. We have Ulysses of James Joyce. We have a spectacular Ulysses, which is the production that is wanted by the producer Batista. We have Reingold with his psychological view, counterintuitive, if you will, and we have we have Molteni himself, who I think likes the poesy, who thinks the sea, the setting is really about something else. And as he points out to the director, why do we go to the trouble of taking the whole film, the production, to Capri, to the sea, when we can do it in a bedroom with your look at Odyssey. And indeed, it is such a interesting book and such interesting angles that I need a new note for this.